already know the drill. We back again with another episode of Buckle Up with the Boys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So strap on your seatbelts, cause it's all pedal to the metal from here. And without further ado, your amazing host, Drew, Billy.
Welcome back to another episode of Buckle Up with the Boys here with your host DB and host Trevor Dinsmore. Trevor, how are you doing again on a very fucking cold Tuesday?
Based on the results of last night's game, you can probably guess.
Yeah.
We'll touch on that here in a little bit. But, otherwise doing good. Made it home safe from the Rent's house. And, ready to get back into the work week tomorrow. But we have some business to take care of in these 2 hours first. So Let's get right to it, shall we?
Yes. No, a lot of headlines, a lot of news. Stay around for Trevor's segments and for my segment later on in debate time. But we got news to touch on here, Trevor. The Bills and Ravens game was a blockbuster as I thought it would be. The Bills come out 27-25 win. But how did we get there? Was the biggest thing. A lot of plays that didn't go the Ravens' way. Lamar turned the ball over. Thoughts, feelings from this game? House was rocking, if you can imagine.
No, I absolutely can imagine. Let me turn off the Wi-Fi on my phone real quick so my connection doesn't get all buggy.
Oh.
But anyway, the story of the game for Baltimore, pretty plain and simple: turnovers. 3 turnovers to Buffalo's 0. I mean, Christ, they outgained Buffalo by about 150 yards on the same amount of drives, pretty much the same amount of plays. Josh Allen was efficient, sure, not necessarily a world beater. 127 yards. I believe he had a couple rushing touchdowns in there as well. What did he do? 20 yards rushing, had the 2 touchdowns. Ray Davis had the other touchdown for the Bills. Tyler Bass making both of his field goals was very, very key, especially in a cold, windy weather environment that Orchard Park always tends to bring this time of year. But story of the night really is on Lamar and the Ravens coming up short yet again, even though they had all the tools to win and they couldn't pull through. And of all people, Mark Andrews had 2 drops in the game, 2 big-time drops, including on the 2-point conversion that would have tied the game late in the fourth quarter. Just another in a long line of disappointing plays and disappointing results from that game alone and over time for these Ravens. It's, kind of unfortunate to see all this talent go by the wayside.
Yeah. No, I agree. And the other thing too, Trevor, they kept Henry in check as best they could.
Right. Yeah. I mean, what did Henry have here? I honestly kind of forget the stats. 84 yards and a tud. Not bad. Not bad. But it did help that the Bills got out to a decent lead. Were able to play from ahead rather than play from behind. And the difference with the Bills this year, they are able to win in multiple facets. They are able to win with the run game. They're able to win with Josh playing hero ball when he needs to. It's much more selective. Like I said, Josh was not a world beater in this game. Didn't have to be. You had James Cook running the ball. He had 67 yards, averaged about 4 a carry. And you had Ray Davis scoring a touchdown. Josh scored the other 2 touchdowns. They were just opportunistic in this game, as well as the defense was. Matt Milano is still an absolute dog. Ed Oliver as well. Both of those guys were having fantastic games. Did Johnson end up okay? Ty Johnson? I know he got hurt. He ended up okay.
Ty and Taryn. Ty Johnson and Taryn.
Okay, because I was very concerned for the Billy household with Taylor. I know that's the favorite of hers.
Yes. No. Fucking Taryn goes down and she's freaking out. And I have to say this, and we're going to get into it. I think people are really excited what we're about to get into. But we'll get further into this week's game. But the Chiefs game, Trevor, there's a lot of questions in regards to the ref core that was out there. If you have our podcast on TikTok, you kind of saw my feelings. But
hey, TikTok, by the way, not getting banned.
Yes, thank you.
Not getting banned.
Yeah.
Thank you, Donald. Appreciate you.
Yeah. A lot of shit.
Anyway, Chiefs Texans. Go ahead.
Overall, did you feel the refs took over that game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, Christ, how many penalties did they call on Houston? 8 for 82 yards, and of course, the biggest one being the what did they officially call a personal foul on? I think it was Will Anderson, and
yes.
I forget who else was involved in that collision, but I know the two Texans players, they literally bumped helmets. They barely bumped Patrick, who, by the way, slid late and didn't protect himself very well. And
correct.
Of course, the flag continues the drive. I believe the Chiefs ended up scoring on that drive. And the script continues with KC getting another home playoff win in controversial fashion. I mean, that would not have directly decided the outcome of the game, but it drastically altered the direction of it, and led to the Chiefs having a bit more cushion, and thus, just changes the whole game. So, yeah, another case of the refs playing favorites for KC, not helping the narrative there whatsoever.
And I think the biggest thing too, that offensive line, Trevor, for the Texans. Holy shit!
Yeah, they got some work to do.
Oh, fuck. I mean,
they got
people
some work to do.
Coming after CJ. I'm saying, motherfucker doesn't have time. He has the talent.
Sacked 8 times in that game. Sacked 8 times.
Right.
That can't happen in a playoff game unless you're Joe Burrow. And no offense to CJ Stroud, he's not Joe Burrow.
Right. No. But and the beautiful thing is as well, everybody got their dose of Taylor Swift on the camera. That was nice. And she had a interesting suite mate. Didn't think it was going to. Caitlin Clark's in there as well, Trevor.
I didn't even notice that. I honestly did not watch the broadcast. I saw highlights, saw stats. I didn't see Caitlin Clark was there.
Yeah. And the Swifty.
Oh, yeah, that's all right. Most of America is,
I know.
And the people that aren't are annoyed as hell with the people that are. So.
Yeah. No. And then the other playoff game we have here, the goddamn Rams losing to the Eagles, Trevor.
Do you have to call them the damn Rams? Do you have to call them the goddamn Rams?
Sorry, the Rams.
Can you just call them the Rams?
The Rams.
What did they do to you? What did they do to you?
I wanted them. I lost money on them.
Oh, well. Yeah, that's that's your fault.
Yeah, but 28 to 28.
I lost money on the Irish. That's my fault.
But
you bet it's your fault. Anyway, go ahead.
28 to 22 loss. Feelings from that. Questions up in the air for Stafford returning next season. Maybe not even in a Rams uniform.
The entire Giants front office should be put in jail for crimes against the NFL for letting Saquon go.
Yeah.
Like all of them. The only one wise enough to what they should have been doing was the GM's 12-year-old kid, who I recall in an Instagram clip said, "Hey, trade up for Jaden Daniels. Why not? Keep Saquon. Let's do it. Hey, you only get this job once. Let's try and go win." That 12-year-old or 13-year-old, however the hell old he is, did a better job than the 30, 40, whatever year old that the Giants GM is. Joe Schoen. Saquon, 26 carries, 205, 2 touchdowns. Both of those touchdowns, 78 and 62 yards, respectively.
Yeah.
Absolutely nutty.
Yeah.
Absolutely nutty. I haven't seen anything like this, quite frankly, since AP, his 2012 MVP season.
Very good. Yeah.
Pretty good comparison there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And had he played in the last game against the Giants, he would have easily broke the record, Dickerson's record. Yeah, and more games or whatever, but still, it's a record that stood for how long? And with the decline of the prevalence of rushing in the NFL, you'd think, that record's kind of unbreakable now. Not so fast, says one Saquon Barkley. I mean, Jalen Hurts was 128 yards. he didn't exactly, story of the day was Barkley. And honestly, story of the day, too, was Kyron Williams and Puka Nacua for the Rams, keeping him in that game. They had a chance. They had a chance at the very end there. Puka got overthrown by Matt Stafford on the last offensive play for the Rams. And I really thought that missed extra point from Jake Elliott was going to really come back to bite him. And then it would have been Sirianni's head. It would not have been good. Or Jake Elliott's head. Whoever's head you want to put on a pike, Philadelphia fans are going to put it on a pike. But no, otherwise, I actually did watch this game. Very good game. Very penalty free, too. Only 6 combined accepted penalties, which is kind of nice. Kind of kept things moving along. And prolific rushing attacks from both sides. So you had rushing, defense, and a lack of penalties. Made for a pretty good ball game. Time of possession was a pretty even split. Stafford, efficient as always, 324, 2 touchdowns. Like I said, Kyron had 106. Puka had 97 yards. Cooper Kupp, I believe, had an excellent game as well, 5 for 61. Higbee and Parkinson, the tight ends, caught the touchdowns for the Rams. But no, excellent game. And I did have the Rams picked in a bracket pool, so I was also disappointed that they lost. Actually, both NFC games I picked wrong. I had the Lions and the Rams in the NFC Championship game, so that side of the bracket's kind of destroyed for me.
Yeah.
Only one side has hope, and that's the AFC side, which I picked the Bills to win the Super Bowl. So I'm hoping that ends up working out. Yeah, they got to get past Kansas City and the referees in Arrowhead. I don't care if it's called GEHA Field. I call it Arrowhead.
Right. No. No, Saquon stole the day. I agree with you. Giants front office, I'm still not sure how they have a job, but
you got me.
But you're seeing, and people, where is this all been? Trevor, you've watched Saquon since college. If he has a line, it doesn't matter how good the running back is, unless you're Barry Sanders, maybe. You're able to.
Yeah.
But you're seeing what happens when the team drafts right and keeps the right guys around, and he has a fucking line. I mean, I mean, it's just point blank. The heartbreaker for me, Commanders and Lions game. Really
That's a tough one to watch.
Yeah, mid-card show, Trevor. I'm watching. She has it on her iPad over there. I'm looking. I'm going. It's going downhill, and then it kept going downhill. It was like a snowball, and then it turned into an avalanche. We still have hope in Jared Goff, Dan Campbell. I do.
Yes.
I know the internet.
Short answer, yes.
Yeah, I know people are having a field day over it. But I got to say this, and I know people. You got to call unnecessary roughness on that block, on that interception on Goff when he got blown up.
I didn't see the play. I was at a birthday party. I was kind of watching it passively. I just kind of saw the score going up and up for Washington, and not so far up for Detroit.
Yeah.
But anyway, when did that play happen? If you'll indulge me for a second.
I think it was the first or second interception he had.
Okay.
Pick six. I mean, he absolutely gets blown up. Like
a blindside block type of deal?
Yeah. Helmet to helmet. They don't call anything.
All of it.
And then the people are watching the Chiefs game, and you see what they're calling, and you don't call that. And Gene Senator's like, you got to call that. Because, I mean, he had to go in the blue tent. They had to have Teddy, two-glove Teddy come out and for a couple of possessions there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Damn.
But still faith in the Lions, True.
Oh, big time.
Okay.
Yeah. No, they got an excellent core there. I'm pretty sure they got both their running backs coming back next year. Obviously, Jared Goff, Amon-Ra, Sam LaPorta, all those offensive weapons. And for fuck's sake, their defense better just stay healthy. That's all that's literally like 90% of what went wrong in that game. They had a bunch of third stringers and practice squad guys playing defense. It was very tough to watch. I mean, yes, credit to Jaden Daniels, damn near threw for 300 yards and a couple touchdowns, is leading his team to an NFC championship game as a rookie, could potentially be the first rookie to lead his team to a Super Bowl appearance anyway. Because if they face the Chiefs, we know what that script's going to be. But nothing taken away from Jane Daniels. He did face a very, very banged up defense.
Yeah.
And theoretically, 31 points at home should be enough to win you football games. If Detroit had a healthy defense, it probably would be.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Hutch does not get to realize his dream of coming back from, I think it was, what was it, ACL injury earlier this season, wanted to come back for the Super Bowl. That's not going to happen.
Yeah. And I have to say as well, Dan Campbell press conference. If you didn't watch it, you need to watch it. He cares, Trevor, so much about his players. Oh, yeah. It hurt me to see him in that state. That he couldn't get over that hump and just get there. Not even win it, just get to the Super Bowl for the city of Detroit. But it is what it is. Maybe next season. But
Detroit's a powerhouse now, and it's primarily, well, not primarily, but in large part thanks to that guy and how much he gives a shit about that franchise. Yeah. That was even shown in the 9-8 season where they started out like 1-6 or whatever it was, ended up 9-8. I don't think they made the playoffs, but you could kind of see something developing there. And then 2 years later, 15-2, divisional appearance, first round bye. Unfortunately, didn't come to fruition. And unfortunate for the NFC North as well, had a 14-3 team. Detroit was the 15-2 team and had an 11-win Green Bay team. No playoff wins to show for it.
Yeah. Right.
I believe it was the. Oh, I know. Yeah, I believe it was the best win percentage of any division in post merger era, or maybe it might have been of all time as well. Don't quote me exactly on that, but regardless, all those great teams coming away with 0 playoff wins.
Did not think about that. Damn.
Yeah. I brought that up to my dad, and he was like, he had pretty much the same reaction. Like, shit.
I mean, that's
Vikings shit the bed against the Rams, right? Obviously, Detroit lost, and Green Bay lost to the Eagles.
Yeah. No,
sucks.
Yeah. But transitioning over here, we are the week of probably the most glorified rivalry of the late years here, Trevor. Bills and Chiefs. You said it earlier. You have the Bills winning. What the hell do they got to do to beat the Chiefs and the refs?
They got to play well. First of all, they can't make any stupid, silly mistakes. They got to do the same thing, same kind of thing they did in the Baltimore game. No unnecessary risks, unless you're desperate late in the game, whatever, and you have to throw it on Josh Allen's shoulders. But leading up to that, nothing stupid. No stupid penalties. I guess keep your hands off of Mahomes as best you can. When you throw him down, make sure you lay down a pillow and a blanket for him. That way, he has something soft to land on. Or I guess if you could ball up his attitude and put it on the turf, how soft it is, I think you could, throw down Mahomes on that as well. But play good situational football as well. That's what they did in the Ravens game. They knew when to run Josh. They knew when to run Cook. They knew when to throw the ball. They knew how to maintain down and distance. They're going to have to do that against the Chiefs. That's the kind of game the Chiefs play. And the Bills, right now, they have not been able to beat the Chiefs with Josh Allen hero ball game. They're going to have to take the Chiefs game and shove it right back into their own face. That's good fundamental football, a solid defense, and good time management all throughout, which I know Bills fans, sorry to bring that up, but McDermott's going to have to step up in that department.
And that's my biggest thing is if you're just getting into the sport world and you don't know, they have lost to the Chiefs now 3 years straight. 3 playoff games straight, 2020, 21, and 23. And clock management, Trevor. Let's not call like
Yeah.
just come on. Just fucking
don't leave 13 seconds on the clock. Just don't do it.
Just keep the
don't do it. And I will say, I forget if it was last time or the time before, Kansas City was the underdog. So they're a bit more motivated to win. They are 2-point favorites heading into that game. So Bills hopefully a little bit more motivated to go down to, I'm calling it Arrowhead, and finally get their white whale.
Yeah. And just right before we go to the Commanders and Eagles, I have to see what your feeling is on this. The way the Bills have been succeeding on fourth down has to be draining the shit out of these defenses.
Yeah. And that ties into the good game management, good time management, down and distance management. Yeah.
I mean, if they're able to do that against the Chiefs, I think we're going to be all right. But
literally, you just push Josh.
And it's different because
it's legal. It's legal. So who cares?
I know, but he slides and then he goes. It's not like the Philly special. He waits with it. He cuts right behind. I think it's left guard every time.
Yeah.
Or he'll do it and go to the right. But I mean, also he says he has a 6'5" frame, fucking 240. I mean, the guy's a goddamn tank, Trevor. Let's not.
Yeah.
But and then our predictions for the Eagles against the Commanders.
I got the Eagles winning that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think finally, the Jaden Daniels luck runs out. Okay. Eagles, I know, are 6-point favorites in that game, 8-1 at home on the year. Good luck stopping Saquon. Right. Good luck stopping Philly's ability to be able to control the game both on offense and on defense, not to mention playing the weather game as well. The Commanders, they were able to handle the Lions pretty handily, I guess. But that was, in Detroit at Ford Field in an enclosed arena. This is out in disgusting Philly weather. And I know it's supposed to get back into the 30s, but still, you're playing Philly on the road in a playoff game against Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and if they got to throw it, they got A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, Dallas Goedert still on top of the always stellar defense that they've been able to put out there. So, no, I'm picking the Eagles to win that game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Commanders keep it close, though, due to division familiarity.
Yeah.
But I think Jaden Daniels' luck finally runs out, and I think he makes a key mistake in the fourth quarter that leads to an Eagles victory.
Okay. No, I agree. But transitioning here to a team that has been sitting on their couches for a couple of weeks now, Trevor.
Sure.
The Raiders organization, their superstar Max Crosby, their edge defensive star, is saying it's a little eerie feeling over there in the organization right now. They get rid of their GM, get rid of the head coach. Are you concerned with his future in the organization?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. I don't think so.
Okay.
One of the highest paid defensive players in the game, the Raiders. And I mean, we see how TJ's committed to the Steelers and Myles Garrett is even committed to the Browns. I think Max Crosby going to follow suit. I almost said Mason Crosby, a little flashback to Green Bay kicker right there.
Oh, very good.
But anyway, Max Crosby, I think he's a Raider for life. Unless, like in his twilight years, he goes to ring chase like Von Miller did with the Bills. Maybe that sort of scenario. But otherwise, I think his spot in Vegas is pretty secure.
And really the only career highlight from Von Miller being at Bills jersey was that run back. That fumble.
That's right. Yeah. That's true.
Jesus,
that's true.
But no, I have I got to get my little jabs in there. But
always with the Bills.
Yes,
little wink nod with your wife.
Yes, but no, talking about the condition of the Steelers organization. Yes, people, we are still going to talk about them here and there. Probably not as much after the Super Bowl. But there's a lot of decisions and moves that could be made here, Trevor. We were talking earlier. There's a list of players here that we have that could potentially be staying on the team, not staying on the team, or just flat out, we don't know what the hell is going to happen with them. So we'll go through a couple of these, but I think you alluded to Minka Fitzpatrick. I don't see why we would not have him stay on the team.
Yeah, and I know people are going to say, "Oh, he hasn't been making the explosive plays." Watch the film. He's been making most of the fundamental plays, and he's the signal caller on the back end, keeping us above water when he needs to, and coming up on the line of scrimmage when he needs to. He's a very good fundamental player. I think he's secure in Pittsburgh. He should be fine.
Okay. And then we have Patrick Queen, just to throw him in there because for some reason he's under fire, Trevor. I don't know why. He's been plugging the middle pretty damn well. I mean, we did get exposed against the Ravens, but I don't see why, with the contract we have for $41 million for 3 years, we're gonna just get rid of him. We're gonna probably
we literally just signed him to that deal this past offseason, and he's 25 years old.
Right.
And you saw how well he played against our division opponents, especially the Ravens.
Yeah,
he's fine.
Okay.
Don't keep him, for Christ's sake, please. We need some stability at that inside linebacker position, and I think Patrick Queen's going to provide it.
We haven't had that since fucking Lawrence Timmons and James Farrier.
Shazier, really, but you know what happened there. Yeah, of course.
Devin Bush.
Stop. That's enough. Stay with Patrick Queen, for Christ's sake.
George Pickens. What the fuck are we doing with George Pickens, Trevor?
Trade him for Garrett Wilson. Please. Trade him for Garrett Wilson. Give him a new opportunity, George Pickens, or if you would just want to treat it like just ship him out of town. Because I know Garrett Wilson was pissed off when they signed Devontae Adams. He might be disgruntled with the organization. That might have to happen sooner rather than later if it is going to happen, but trade him for Garrett Wilson.
Okay. Damn. I'm on board with that.
Get a number one guy back who admittedly might have some attitude problems, but I know he has a lot less than George Pickens.
Yeah. And then the two guys I think are the main point to this. Well, there's another one, but the two key guys except Pickens, Russell Wilson and Justin Fields.
Let Russ walk, keep Fields.
My concern, and I think fan bases, Russell is a Tomlin guy.
I know. That's what has me worried.
If we let the young potential superstar, he had flashes in Chicago, walk, I think that sets us back a long time, Trevor.
Yeah, just because of the youth and what he did. He won 4 out of 6 games for us earlier in the year, opened up a new dimension of the offense, really, which we might need if Arthur Smith, for God knows whatever reason, gets another HC interview and maybe accepts it. Why he's getting all those, I have no earthly idea, but he might get another one and he might leave Pittsburgh. I say you get a guy that can open up the playbook a little bit with his running ability, or at the very least can run for his life and still gain yardage out of broken plays.
I think every interview there's FedEx stock involved, potentially, Trevor. Maybe I don't know.
That's like Arthur's offering it to the organization. Or... Yeah. I don't know what the rules are with NFL teams, like with their investments. I would imagine that'd be a conflict of interest. It probably would impair independence a little bit, but you never know. Never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Right. Because I don't get it.
That's a good one.
I don't get why he's getting all these interviews. Like,
I don't know.
After week,
I don't know. Is FedEx even publicly traded? I don't know if they are.
I mean, yeah, that would probably help if.
I'm going to Google that.
Okay. Or maybe they get flat rate, or they get knocks off.
Oh yeah, they publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange, symbol FDX. Price is currently at 275 and 57 cents at close today. So
It looks
never know.
pretty spicy.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
Najee Harris.
It's up year to date, so yeah, why not?
What are we doing with Naj?
Probably letting him walk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know he's had his moments as a Pittsburgh Steeler. He's been a good locker room guy. But you'd have to sign him. I don't know. What'd you have to sign him for? Probably like $12 million or something. Or we'd have to tag. I'm not sure exactly what the situation is with him. But I know we'd be paying Jaylen Warren a lot less for arguably a more productive back. Could it be a side effect of it being a 1-2 punch type of system where he's just kind of interchanging with Najee? Maybe, but you really don't know until you try. And the production I've seen out of Jaylen Warren has been, I don't want to say leaps and bounds ahead of Najee, but on a per carry basis, definitely above Najee. And plus, a little bit more versatile. Najee's kind of lost that pass game element that he had in his first couple years as a Steeler. Jalen's been more of that outlet, hot route type of guy that can get you 5 or 6 yards, keep you on schedule in the pass game as well. So I would say give him full-time duties.
Okay. And just the last guy to wrap up the list here. I know I have more, but Dan Moore Jr.
Cut him. Get rid of him. Move Broderick over there for Christ's sake. Move Broderick to his natural position. Please. Please. Dan Moore is... How do I describe him?
He's a cancer.
He's like if the Liberty Bell was turned upside down and didn't work. He's shaped like the upside down Liberty Bell and can't move his feet. Yeah, so, Plus, his grade against Myles Garrett. We always leave him one-on-one with Myles Garrett. I don't know why we do that. Is absolutely god awful.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's kind of average, but you factor in the Myles Garrett playing him twice a year, and his stock is just very, very low. But plus, you got Futanu coming back, so
correct.
Put him on the right side, put him at right tackle, put Broderick at left tackle. I think that's how you take care of that.
Okay. And I got more later on here with debate time. But Trevor, any news segments?
Sure. Real quick, I feel like I probably should talk about it. The national championship, how it went last night for my Fighting Irish. And I'm going to kind of break this down into the good, the bad, and just kind of give you my synopsis and takeaways overall from the game. I'll start with the good, as I always like to do. The good, Jaden Greathouse, who caught 6 balls, 128 yards, had those 2 touchdowns, kept Notre Dame in the game for a while. But, otherwise, yeah. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, Jaden Greathouse had a fantastic game, made a bunch of plays, hell of an effort to keep Notre Dame in the game. Riley Leonard actually was a positive, took care of the ball, ran 9 times on that opening drive, damn near gassed himself out on that 18-play drive, ended up in a touchdown for him. Took care of the ball, no turnovers, and actually outpassed Will Howard by like 20 yards. Granted, out of necessity and because Will Howard had Travion Henderson and Judkins to hand off to, but, still outpassing Will Howard in a national championship. Yeah, it's a little bit of a feather in the cap anyway. And I'll get into this more with the bad, but I'll say the resolve of the Notre Dame defense, despite, giving up 5 straight scores, four straight touchdowns, and then a field goal coming out of the going into the third quarter. They still, found a way to force a turnover, found a way to get the offense the ball back and keep Notre Dame in the game for a while. Made a couple stops down the stretch as well, and gave Notre Dame fans some hope. Unfortunately, that hope was kind of squandered by some more things I'll get into with the bad, but I'll just say that. And then, of course, the opening drive, longest drive in playoff history, 18 plays, 75 yards. That had me juiced up for the rest of the game. That, unfortunately, was answered by 31 straight Ohio State points, which leads me into the bad. A lot of indecision with the defensive play calling from one Al Golden. Couldn't really decide whether to play zone or man or blitz or not. I think you have a philosophy and you dance with what brung you. He kind of went back and forth on the philosophy that's gotten us to that point all season long. And credit to Ohio State for making us do that with the rushing attack between Henderson and Judkins, as well as Jeremiah Smith and Emeka Ibuka. And obviously, Will Howard, who was efficient as hell, completed like his first 13 passes or something like that. And converted a shit ton of third downs on us, kept us on the field, which, it is what it is. Lack of a run game for the bad. The Irish only had 53 yards rushing the whole game, 40 of those coming from Riley Leonard. Only 4 rushes for 3 yards for Jeremiah Love all game long. Not good at all to have your feature back. Only rush for 3 yards in a national championship. And yeah, some of that was due to the deficit, but you couldn't get him going earlier in the game either. So yeah, it is what it is. Love, for his money, only had 6 touches all game. 4 of those rushing. He had a couple catches for, I think it was like 8 or 9 yards. Had a first down in there, but otherwise wasn't great. Then the offense, post first drive, really couldn't get anything going until late in the third quarter, that Greathouse touchdown, and had no more than 4 plays, I believe, on it was 5 consecutive drives, 3 of those being 3 and outs, 1 of those being the end of the half, at the end of the first half. But yeah, very lackluster. And something that had been a positive these playoffs, Mitch Jeter missing the field goal on a 4th and 9 or 4th and goal, whatever it was, 4th and goal from the 9, to get it to 31-18 and potentially change the rest of the game with play calling and approach and all that good stuff. Kept it 31-15 after he doinked it off of the left post from inside of 30 yards. So that was kind of rough to see. But overall takeaways, best team definitely won. Ohio State had Notre Dame defense on the ropes all game long, was able to get to Riley Leonard, was able to make plays on the defensive side of the ball, able to contain our run game and force Riley Leonard to throw the ball, which, didn't always work out. So the better team definitely won. It helps that they had a $20 million roster, but, $20 million gets you a long way in terms of quality players. So good on Ohio State, good on Ryan Day. Fine by me that they won the game. And that is because Notre Dame, they did prove that they can play with the big boys in the SEC and the Big Ten. They put the Ohio State Buckeyes on notice basically throughout the game. Well, not really throughout the game, throughout that third into the fourth quarter comeback. I texted some Ohio State fans along the way during that time, and they were sweating. They were sweating. Yep. The Fighting Irish lived up to their name, even though they were behind 31-7. They made it a 1-score game at one point and forced a fantastic throw from Will Howard to, Jeremiah Smith, whoever number 4 is for them, in man coverage, who was on Christian Gray. Forced a great throw and catch, went for 40 yards, and ultimately sealed the game. So, good on them. And I will say this as well, Notre Dame, with the playoff run that they made, they're likely going to remain independent because they got that $20 million for winning those 3 playoff games in the bracket. They didn't have to share that with anybody because they're not in the conference. Ohio State has to spread that throughout the Big Ten because of the revenue sharing agreements that they have with the conference. Notre Dame doesn't have that. They got $20 million all to themselves. So maybe now they can put together a $20 million roster like Ohio State did. And just a success that they had throughout the season after the Northern Illinois game.
Right.
Proves that Marcus Freeman, definitely the right guy. Definitely the right guy. And congrats to him as well. On MLK Day, was the first African-American head coach to participate in a collegiate national championship in football. So, hell of a day for that to happen. Only would have been better if Notre Dame had won, but they made it. They made me proud. They made my dad proud. They made a lot of Notre Dame fans proud with how they bounced back after that Northern Illinois game when we thought what are we doing here? Marcus Freeman's not the guy. Why do we go get this Riley Leonard dude? And all of a sudden they rip off 13 straight, get to the national championship, and compete. They compete.
Yeah.
Can't get into that 31-7 hole, but they didn't quit, as is the moniker of the Fighting Irish and Notre Dame, our mother. So,
yeah,
proud of my guys. Wish the result would have been different, but they left with their heads held high, and they left me with some positives to take into next season. So that's all I can ask for at this stage, anyway. So,
no. Watching it, I just sports is something. You can, talk shit and do whatever, but I think the moment when you said you were going home, that's even though they lost, Trevor. Remember, you got to watch that with family. It's that's what it's about.
I was not watching that game with anybody else.
Right. I mean that's, and I would do the same if the Steelers made it to Super Bowl, but I don't know when the fuck that's going to happen. But
we'll see. We'll see.
Some people
hopefully sooner than later, but we'll see.
And I'll say this: you can be not a fan of him. I guess he's a questionable guy. Some people have issues with him, and I hope I'm not fucking his last name up. But Shane Gilgis, is that right?
Gillis. Shane Gillis.
Yeah. That commercial.
That was funny.
That and he was on McAfee prior to the game, and he's
yes,
like,
he did. Tried to sway McAfee, it didn't work, but
right. But he's like, they're like, what went into that commercial? He's like, oh, they just said, do with whatever you want with it. I mean, I guess he came up with the whole, being in church praying, and then the fucking guy up above. But hey, you go to Notre. It was such a good depiction of sports fans, because I don't go to church to pray for a game, but I bet you there is some fanatics out there.
Oh yeah.
God, please.
Quick, funny side note about that. Prior to Super Bowl 43, I think it was at the time Father David of St. Leo's Parish in Ridgeway.
Okay.
Whether he had this typed up or whether he just gave it to me at a special request, I asked Father, hey, I want to pray for a Steelers Super Bowl. How do I make that happen? And he's like, hang on, I got a little something for you. And he had a modified Our Father for the Steelers potentially winning Super Bowl 43, and it worked. It worked.
Right.
If I have a copy of that somewhere, I'll have to show it on the show and probably read it aloud on the show if I can find it. I doubt that I have it. I doubt that my parents have it. But so yeah, it harkened back to that with the Shane Gillis commercial, which was absolutely hilarious.
Oh,
I love Shane Gillis. Yeah. Oh yeah, perfect. And the fact that they just let him improv that, beautiful. Yeah, I gotta go watch. I gotta go watch him if and when he comes to Pittsburgh.
Did you go there? No. Did you? No. Just a big fan. Yeah. But no, I did see that. The comments there, I did see that conspiracy. Listen, I'll say this. I'm a Penn State guy. You know that, Trevor. You went to Penn State. I'll support anybody except Ohio State.
Agreed.
Again, even though they won, I still fucking hate them. So it doesn't.
Right. Yeah. That didn't change.
And if they would have, Notre Dame would have still would have fucking hated him. It's just
yeah. Still hate Ryan Day.
There's still
hope Ohio State fans hate his guts.
There's still the beauty to the other side of the sport fan too. It's still, you can still have the hatred. But
yeah, absolutely.
But no, that's good shit. Good shit, Trevor. No. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Little piece of baseball news before I get into my segments, and then I'll get into the Paul Skeens thing as I go throughout my segments. Ichiro, CC Sabathia, and longtime closer Billy Wagner to join Dave Parker and Dick Allen in the 2025 Baseball Hall of Fame class. Ichiro, unfortunately, did not reach unanimous status by one vote. One vote. He was 99.7% of the votes he got on his first ballot there. And just as well, believe he got into the Japanese Baseball Hall of Fame. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, on his first year of eligibility in that one as well. So he went 2 for 2 with Hall of Fame. That was just last week as well. So it's been a hell of a 2 weeks for the 51-year-old Ichiro. And it's appropriate that he's 51 years old as he gets inducted into both of these illustrious Hall of Fame classes. And then, of course, CC Sabathia, longtime Yankee, one of the greatest starting pitchers that I've ever watched, and Billy Wagner, very underrated lefty closer, had 422 saves in his career, and kind of got lost in the shuffle with the likes of Mariano Rivera in recent years. Got in on his final year of eligibility, so good for one Billy Wagner there. But that will lead me into my segments and kind of my next piece of baseball news, the Paul Skeens card. Paul Skeens card. With that, we'll start with what's more likely, my friend. You will cue that up.
What's more likely with Trevor? Dinsmore.
Yeah, there you go, buddy. Thank you. And for this specific topic, I have a little bit of a collector's cup here. Nice. One of the greatest things that the Pirates have given me over the years, their collector's cups. They're never amiss with those. Plus, you can fit like 2.5 beers in this thing if you really want to. So, save some trips to the fridge from the couch, if you will. But anyway, the Paul Skeens card that has been confirmed found by an 11-year-old collector in Los Angeles, California. And the Pirates retorted by saying that their offer still stands. And that offer includes 2 season tickets for the next 30 years behind home plate, meet and greet with Paul, 2 autographed Skeens jerseys, a softball game at PNC Park with coaching from Pirates alum, a private tour of the spring training facilities and Lecom Park, plus other unique experiences down in Florida during spring training, batting practice and warming up with the team, as well as and this is what really sold it for me, Livy Dunn, you get to spend a game with her in her luxury box while Paul's on the field.
Yeah.
So all of that for a monumental Paul Skeens card. And remind me, Billy, I believe that is a patch auto. Did I get the right term with that? Game worn patch auto?
101. Mm-hmm.
1 of 1. From Topps? Was that from Topps?
Yes. Yeah.
I believe that was from Topps. Okay. Yeah. So my question to you, we discussed this right before the show. I know you have your opinions on the hobby as it stands right now. Mm-hmm. More likely that 11-year-old collector PCs the card, or takes the Pirates up on their offer and gets all of that list of shit in exchange for the card. And for reference, PC means personally collect, right, Billy?
Yeah. Which, we can talk about it later, or we can kind of get the issue. I'm worried about.
Yeah, we can discuss it for like an hour later.
Yeah. I guess my concern is, I think he should go with the Pirates offer. What I'm worried about, he's going to go to Golden.
Okay.
If people aren't aware what Golden is, it's an auction site. If Doug's in the comments, he's probably chatting up there. Hey, some comments in there.
1 second, Adam. Google Livy Dunn right now, and tell me if you'd like to spend a game with her in a luxury box. Google her and then get back to us in the comments, please and thank you. Go ahead,
Drew. I'm worried he's going to go that route. And if he does, that's going to really irk me. But I think he takes the Pirates offer.
Think so? I mean, this kid from California. I mean, how many Pirate games is he going to want to come to?
I think he goes with Golden. I know you didn't have that option, but
What is going with Golden?
He's going to have it on a live, live auction site. It'll be up for auction, and I'm saying that could probably fetch. I think we're talking millions or a million.
Okay.
At least,
but of the two options, you say takes the Pirates up on their offer.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you could sell one of his jerseys. I mean, whatever way, it's a win-win either way.
Jerseys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
you can sell the season tickets too. I mean, you'd have to do a lot of math here to try and figure that out, and figure out Skeen's potential like over the long term.
I take Pirates off with them.
Yeah, I would too, but I think this 11-year-old's going to PC it, just let it accumulate value over the years. Because remember, Skeens was obviously NL Rookie of the Year, third in Cy Young voting. He's got a very, very bright career ahead of him, so long as he's not mismanaged. So I think that card has just become more valuable. Adam, good answer. Good answer. Wife's watching you. I get that. Totally fine. I know what the answer would be if your wife wasn't watching, but totally fine. But
I just
I say he PCs it. I say he PCs it. To me, I just don't think he has enough interest in the Pirates. I think obviously not a lot is known about this 11-year-old collector. He's a minor. Details are very private there.
Yeah.
So, plus, like I said, lives out in LA. Probably a Dodger fan or a Padres fan. Well, or an Angel, whatever. That has no interest in baseball. More so interested in the hobby and letting that accumulate value. I would think.
Yeah. I don't want to say it too long. I just feel bad.
He could live auction it as well. He could.
I'm happy, and me and Doug were talking. I'm happy a kid pulled it. I just know the vultures are going to come in on this poor kid.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking he's just going to get scared and just PC it.
Yeah,
I would.
It's a life-changing.
I'm not 11, but if I fucking pulled that card,
you could fucking retire.
No, that is not leaving my shelf. That's not leaving my shelf.
Okay.
That's not leaving my shelf. The Pirates have to sweeten the deal a little bit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They have to give me a luxury box. Okay.
Yeah.
Just get, even for half the time, give me a luxury box for 15 years to watch Pirate games, and all you can eat, all that shit.
Yeah. No, that was
there'd be some negotiations going on. I can assure you that. With all the heartache that team has given me over the years, and all the pain that owner and the GM and everybody else has put me through,
mm-hmm.
There's some negotiating going on. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep that for, I don't know, the next 10 years. Let Skeen's value just grow and grow and grow, and then retire.
Right.
I can put up with another 10 years of accounting. Screw it.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
And I saw that right before we got on. I'm happy you brought that up. I haven't been able to discuss it, but we did.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Oh, yeah. I imagine we'll have another in-depth discussion here.
It's going to probably get heated from.
Yeah. That's okay. That's okay. Switching over to football and to conference championship weekend, FanDuel Weekly Special.
Mm-hmm.
More likely one to hit this week. 1+ successful 2-point conversions in each of the games. That's a plus 950. Or each team to score 2+ passing touchdowns in both games. That's at plus 1100. And of course, your matchups for this week, Commanders, Eagles, and then the Bills and the Chiefs. Commanders, Eagles being the early game, and the Chiefs is the late game.
I'm going with that second one.
You think so?
Oh, that's hot. That's good. That's good shit right there for the money. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Longer odds, too. My concern with that would be the Eagles. And the passing touchdown.
He just doesn't fucking have the arm. I know people are going to come after me with that, but
yeah,
him and Kyler Murray play a lot alike.
Yeah, no? I mean, size difference. Obviously, you can't really do the tush push with Kyler, but yeah, similar, same number too.
Yeah,
and went to the same school, Oklahoma.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, my concern with that's the Eagles. That's why I'm going to take the 2-point conversions. You just need one from both games.
Okay.
So I'll take that one.
Okay.
Unless you're taking the longer odds one.
Yeah.
Anyway, more likely coaching decision from this past week to make a bigger impact on the respective organization. Kevin O'Connell staying with the Vikings on a multi-year deal, or Ben Johnson being hired as the new Chicago head coach.
I think he's the best coach for Caleb. I'm going to go with Ben Johnson.
I was thinking O'Connell. I think he can have the Vikings sustain some momentum like year over year and play pretty well in that NFC North again.
Yeah.
And just based off of history with Chicago, like head coach after head coach has gone in and out of that organization since Lovey and haven't had any success really. I mean, if there is one guy that was on the coaching market that could maybe unlock Caleb Williams, it is Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
I don't think that was a great choice for Ben Johnson, but
No.
he's, I don't know. I thought he had better offers available, but chose to go to Chicago. Chose the do or die job, I guess. You know, your typical, your Chicago's, your Cleveland's. Like if you can turn those organizations around, then like you're set for life. That's the kind of decision that he made going to Chicago.
And I don't know if anybody said it either, and I know fucking Dion might probably is going to end up in Dallas, but Ben Johnson would have been a great candidate. The weapons down there, Trevor. Holy shit!
Jerry, that would have been the sensible hire for Jerry, but Jerry's. I don't know what kind of hire Jerry's going to make with that one. I still think it's going to be Prime, but
yeah,
just for the flash of it, That's. But anyway, differed on all three so far.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, we can't agree on anything this week apparently. More likely national championship participant to return to the big game next year, Notre Dame or Ohio State. And on FanDuel currently, Notre Dame at plus 1,200 to win the Natty. OSU is the favorite at plus 450 to win it, not to participate in, to win it. And like I said, both of those schools this past year made $20 million for, well, I guess Ohio State for the Big Ten and then Notre Dame for their school.
Will Howard going out for the draft?
It's a good question. I believe so. Give me a second.
I mean, there's been discussions, but I haven't seen them.
Let me see. It looks like he is. They're doing draft profiles on him and all that good stuff.
Okay, then I'm going to go with Notre Dame.
Athlon Sports confirms he is headed to the 2025 draft.
Trevor, I'm not going to lie to you either, and I know our feeling on Ohio State, but if he's in their third round,
yeah,
Steelers, maybe think about it.
It's a thought.
I like his.
He's
build.
there on day 2. Yeah. Maybe.
I mean,
if Con, I don't know. Con makes
How do you feel
moves.
about that, though?
Like getting Will Howard?
Yeah, for the Steelers. Okay.
Ohio State quarterbacks tend not to have a good track record in the NFL.
That's the problem, too. I just like the dynamic of them.
I do, too. I mean, recent history with C.J. Stroud is proven fruitful, but
I just want a tall fucking
historically,
big dude. That's it.
And plus, we already have an Ohio State quarterback on our roster, potentially, if we re-sign Fields. So.
Right.
One's enough.
Mm-hmm.
One's enough. Just for my sanity as a Penn State fan, one's enough.
Yeah, I'll go Notre Dame, though.
I'll actually say Ohio State.
Oh, what the?
Yeah, no, I think they're going to have the more complete roster. Yet again, Ryan Day's a proven coach, been there, done that.
Mhm.
I don't know what Notre Dame's going to do with the quarterback situation next year. Probably Angeli, which means Denbrock is going to have to go back to a traditional spread style system.
Mhm.
Going to have to maybe find a new identity. It might take us some time to do that. I think we'll make the playoff. Depends on the schedule, depends on the matchups. I don't know if we'll get quite as deep next year, but I think we will be a perennial championship contenders at the very least. So I say of the two, Ohio State. Although I'd love another rematch. I'd love
Yeah.
another rematch. But anyway, and yeah, we literally disagreed on all four of these, and that wasn't to disagree with you again, but it's kind of the way it shook out. More likely that the college football playoff format isn't changed for next year, or the playoff is again expanded within the next 4 years. More likely between those two.
You're going to expand it.
And expand it in the next 4 years?
Yep.
Okay. You think they're going to tweak the playoff system next year? Potentially with the whole conference championship?
Yeah.
Could guarantee a spot, but you don't get the top 4 necessarily?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go with that.
Okay. I agree with you on this one. I think they're going to take it to 16. They're going to take it to 16 sooner than they should, but
it's all about fucking money.
There's a big push for it. So
it's just driving me nuts. It's not about the sports, it's about the money. What's fucking me
up. I'm aware. I'm keenly aware.
I want quality. You know what I mean? I don't care about the fucking quantity. I want good fucking games, man. I mean, not saying I think this playoff was pretty damn good, Trevor, but
those first round games are rough.
Yeah. Yeah, they sucked.
A lot of blowouts. Yeah. Especially Penn State, SMU. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't care for it. Clemson, Texas, great. Ohio State blew out Tennessee. Wasn't fun. Notre Dame controlled Indiana. I mean, the score was close, but
I want clashes. Come on.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see how they tweak the playoff format next year. But I think with the backlash this year, I don't think there's any way you can get away with not tweaking it next year. Mm-hmm. How the number one team in the nation, who went undefeated, won a conference championship, kind of got screwed over with who they were playing.
Yes.
It's like a regular season undefeated, and then of course the conference championship didn't really get rewarded that much.
No.
So I think you might have to tweak that a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, getting off of college football real quick, going into WWE.
Yes.
The Royal Rumble match that's more likely to have a victor from one of the top 5 entrants, men's or the women's?
I'm going to go men's.
Say men's?
Yes.
Ooh, I'm going to say women's.
Okay. I'm enjoying it. Getting back into it again.
Same.
It's a good time to be a fan. I mean,
Doug, we talked about that earlier. Rewind about 20 minutes. Talked about Baseball Hall of Fame. I like to respond to those in real time. Sorry for it.
We know. So
yeah, we got it. Yeah. I'm going to touch on that again, Doug. Stick around. Stick around here. Yeah. But anyway, you said the men's. Sorry, I kind of missed your justification for that.
No, you're good. Men's, but either side. I mean, I don't know. I just like.
No, I'll say the women's, and I'll say the women's, and here's why. It did happen last year. Bailey came in 3rd. Mm-hmm. So I mean that might point it more toward the men's. History not really repeating itself. But I think that Charlotte Flair is going to come out either 2nd or 3rd and potentially run the table and potentially reclaim her throne either against Rhea Ripley or against, can you imagine Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton?
Ooh.
That would be fun.
Action-packed.
That would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's my pick for the Women's Rumble, Charlotte Flair.
Okay.
I believe that'll be the first time she'd win that event as well. Okay. That'd be just another thing to tick off of her list. I mean, I know she's won the championship, record amount of times, but let's get another accolade in there for the son of the GOAT, I will say.
Yeah.
Or not the son, daughter of the GOAT.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're going to continue on our WWE journey here, but we're going to do it in another segment. I'm actually getting it right this time. All in Raise Checker Fold is up next.
Hell yeah.
Got the transition right this week. Was it last week that I fucked that up? Was it the week before? I can't
don't even remember you did. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't.
Nah, I screwed it up. I got into one of the topics without transitioning the segments.
2 weeks ago, maybe, I think.
2 weeks ago? Okay. Yeah, either way. Continuing on this WWE journey of ours.
Yep.
All in Raise Checker Fold. No titles should be changing hands at the Royal Rumble or this edition of Saturday Night's Main Event. And for reference, the only confirmed title match for the Rumble is Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. Ladder match for the championship. They're going to have the two titles, the current championship and the Winged Eagle, on the top of a ladder. Then for Saturday Night's Main Event, you got Gunther versus Jey Uso, World Heavyweight title. Braun Breaker versus Sheamus, IC title. Rhea versus Nia Jax for the Women's World Championship. None of those titles should be changing hands.
I'm going to go Raise.
Okay. I'm with you. Raise. Sheamus, if anything? Sheamus over Braun, if anything?
Yes. I think Sheamus deserves it.
I agree. I think you let him struggle for it one more time. You build up the rivalry a little bit. Maybe take that into Mania.
Yes.
Give him his WrestleMania moment for that.
Deserves it. What, fucking 13 years he's been in it now, Trevor? Come on.
Nah, even longer than that. I think 08 he started.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, 17. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, he's been in it longer than you realize.
Yeah.
He's just constantly around.
Yes. Yeah. That's kind of right when he came in right when I got out of it for a minute. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in it that long, buddy. Been in it that long. And I like that he's in like a gatekeeper role.
Yes.
Right now. But still some time for him to potentially get some accolades. And I believe he just signed a new deal with WWE that would take him to age like 51. So I think he's 46 right now. So he would another 5 years on his deal.
Damn.
So good. And I've been enthralled with this particular gentleman and another luchador you like. I know we touched on these guys last week, but even though they're on different brands, Penta and Rey Mysterio, they need to have a match like as soon as possible. Like maybe on SmackDown, maybe on Raw. Like make it happen. Or WrestleMania between those two.
That's where I went. I'm going all in on
that.
I want it. I think.
Who is the true GOAT luchador? You can bill it as that.
I mean, I'll watch. I mean, I'm going to watch either way if it's not. But if it's at WrestleMania, Trevor, the audience.
Oh,
I mean, you would bring more global fans in, and I think Paul Levesque's playing fucking chess. We know that. So,
of course.
That price getting bounced around. I hope it's.
You know what else it might be getting bounced around that they could do it in Mexico because they're supposed to be doing a PLE in Mexico this year. Are they waiting for that to do it? And in which case it would be, arguably even more special for the athletes involved.
Be special. And there's one guy who would love to have a triple threat match, but he's no longer with us. But God damn it, would that be amazing.
20 years. They almost coming up on 20 years of his passing. Bummer.
Could spin it off and have Dirty Dom come out with them in the low right. Like, dude, they're God, it hurts. It hurts, Trevor.
You could. I mean, you could. You know what? Maybe Dom Mysterio should face Penta one of these weeks. Just put it on a Monday Night Raw. I think that'd be fun. I mean, and I know Penta's kind of he wrestled Gable last week, and then Pete Dunne last night. Both obviously bangers matches. But Dirty Dom and him facing Mysterio, that'd be in a class by itself in terms of luchador wrestling, the significance of it.
Yes.
So
No.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be cool for Mania though. That'd be cool. In Vegas too. That's fairly close to San Diego.
If that happens, I might get a new mask for that week's episode.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
I believe you. I believe it's the only, because of him, that's the only California area code I know.
So jacked up. Make it happen.
Oh. Paul Levesque will make it happen.
Yeah. I love the high flyers. Love it.
Love it. Me too. Love the athleticism. Love the physicality as well.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, transitioning back to football here for a second. Obviously, we saw the Ravens' disappointment against the Bills. Pat Ricard came out and said it's inevitable that Lamar Jackson will win a championship, and he'd like to be around for it. So all in raise checker fold on the inevitability of Lamar Jackson, potential 3-time MVP here, winning a Super Bowl before all is said and done.
I'm going to go check. Explanation. I can't even talk. Reason for that, Trevor. I'd say this was the season I thought it was going to happen. Really did. And all the and to the folks out there that watch these big time shows, they were saying it completely fucking wrong. We didn't say that.
Yeah. Are they going to have Derrick Henry next year?
Oh.
I forget how long his deal was.
I thought it was
that was a multi
2-3 years.
2. Okay. 2 for 16.
Yep.
16 million. What? How did everybody let the Ravens get away with paying Derrick Henry $8 million a year? What the fuck?
I mean, if you really want me to get hot about it, if you look at, and we didn't even talk about it, and that's on me, Trevor. That's my bad. The cap space the Steelers, they could have fucking had that happen just to keep them away.
I know. Oh well.
Kind of makes me get fucking hurt a little bit, but yeah.
Anyway, you said check on the whole inevitability.
I don't think he'll do it. I really don't.
Fair enough. I'll say raise on it.
Okay.
I'll say Lamar's too good of a talent not to have at least one go at it, and that's all you need. That's all Aaron Rodgers had.
Yep.
He got his. So let's just say that can't happen for Lamar.
Right hands for a short man and all.
I know. Relax. It's okay. It's a long time ago. Just breathe. Count to 10. And to give my answer on the Penta versus Mysterio, I think we're both all in on that one.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think I gave an official answer, but for my explanation, I'd like to think that shined through. All in raise checker fold. A Chiefs three-peat is 1,000% the NFL's script for this season. Not just 100%, 1,000%. Now, whether the Bills disrupt that script, tear it to shreds, and burn it in the parking lots under a table is one thing. But to me, that seems to be in the script.
I'm going to go fold.
You're a fold? Oh, okay.
Here's my theory.
Yeah, please. Please.
I've grown to realize what the hell's going on here. So if it is a script, there is a script out there to all these smart asses on TikTok and even on some of our
scripts.
If we're doing a play style, if the NFL is doing a play style, Trevor, there's the highs and then there's low, and then at the end, there's sometimes not a very good ending.
Mm-hmm.
You have it lead out. They're 16-1. The Bills come and beat them. That's what I think is going to happen. I think it's all up and high and get everybody hot in their fucking pants. And then there you go. You got what you wanted.
Rip the hearts out of Chiefs fans.
Yep. And America's happy.
More money, you think there's more money in that than having T Swift at the Super Bowl again? FYI, I'm saying raise.
Raise.
that
I know this is good.
Clear.
I don't know if you thought this was going to be long-winded, but
No, you're fine. Anytime the Bills and Chiefs are involved, I feel like you're going to be long-winded.
I think if you want a story, look at Josh Allen's story. Mm-hmm. This is how, you want the drama. There you go.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it. Now, do I think he wins? Time will tell.
Yeah.
But I think they beat the Chiefs.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Interesting.
I mean, if you're really going to get the good script writers.
Bills, the only team. Well, I guess the Broncos beat the Chiefs backups, but like straight up, Bills are the only team to beat them this season. Could it happen again? I'd like to see it. I'll be a member of Bills Mafia this weekend. I can tell you that. Now, whether I need to, Bills fans in the chat, and maybe Taylor can answer this for me. Do I officially have to go through a table to be a part of Bills Mafia? Like to be, even just like temporarily? Like, do I have to be baptized? I know that baptize the babies, they have a little they baptize the babies. Like, do I gotta have a baptism even for a temporary alliance here?
I don't really know.
Okay. Ask Taylor and text me, please. Or, if she can get on PlayStation tonight, just kind of explain that to me. I think that'd be good because I do want to be part of Bills Mafia this weekend.
I wore a jersey one time or a couple times.
I don't know if I'll wear a jersey. I don't have a jersey. Oh,
not playing the Steelers.
I might get like a shirt off of Amazon and wear that, but I'm not gonna,
My skin, Trevor. I got welts.
Just from wearing the jersey.
Just from wearing the jersey. My eczema, struggle with eczema. Eczema shot up. I'm never putting that blue, red, and white fucking on again. So,
yeah, fair enough.
I hope they beat the Chiefs. So I think the whole nation, the whole globe, except Missouri, the state of Missouri, is rooting for the fucking Bills.
And a little bit of California because of Taylor Swift.
Swifties are going to be crying.
It's fine. They can cry. That's what they're best at.
Turn on her albums and let them on repeat and get your tissue box.
Well, after the Bills beat them, they're just going to have to shake it off.
What a facade. What a...
What are you going to do?
Getting sick to
what are you going to do? Yeah. Anyway, last topic on All In Race Checkerfold for this week. Ryan Day, as a result of winning the national championship, will be able to coach at Ohio State for as long as he damn well pleases. Barring like a scandal or some bullshit.
I'm going to go check.
You going to go check on that one?
I've been going check a lot tonight, but the reason is these fans are the most diabolical people I've ever met in my life.
Way to sound it out. Good job.
That Zin sticking to the top of my mouth. I had a little injury.
It's like a dog with peanut butter. Drew Billy with Zin.
Yeah. They'll turn on him like that. That's how they are.
Good.
Okay, you won. Yeah, what you do for us this year? That's how I view their fan base. They'll go right back to the bullshit.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
He loses the first two games, Trevor. They're calling for his head.
If he loses to Michigan again,
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you what. Notre Dame should have done. They just should have worn a lighter shade of blue.
There you go.
Resembles Michigan a little bit more, Make the Steelers have the black and gold, but it's technically black and yellow. Yeah. You could do blue and gold, but the gold is yellow, and then just wear a lighter shade of blue. I think we could have beat them.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Could have happened. Didn't happen. Oh well. I'm at a check on that one as well. Even though I think he's like top 4 among head coaches that have coached at least 50 games in win percentage.
Yeah.
Up there with a couple Notre Dame greats, Leahy and Newt Rockney. Along with another guy. I can't remember who exactly was on the graphic last night, but he's in the top 4. And people in Ohio State still like wanted him fired after the Michigan loss. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? If Notre Dame didn't fire Marcus Freeman after the NIU loss,
yeah,
I don't think Ryan Day was going to get fired after them. Now, if he keeps losing to Michigan, maybe, if they go 11-1 and just keep losing to Michigan every year, maybe they'll turn on him enough to where the administration has to say, okay.
Yeah.
And then they can go 6-6, but beat Michigan. I'd be fine with that.
There's something going on over there, and I don't know.
Nah, I'm not sure either.
Very interesting.
Yeah. But anyway, that's all I got for this week's edition of All In Raise Check or Fold. If you could queue up on a scale of 1 to 10, are they fucked?
Yeah.
Let me see Nicolas Cage, please and thank you.
Jesus.
Bouncing away from football once again, and actually for, a little bit of this segment, bouncing over to basketball. See what I did there? Bouncing. Basketball. They're playing basketball. We love that basketball. Talking about a team that's really in the doldrums of the NBA right now, that is the Washington Wizards. They only have 6 wins on the season, and have actually lost 10 straight games. Obviously last in the East. And they've just been god-awful for a long time now. So on a scale of 1 to 10, are they fucked? The Wizards' chances of making the playoffs within the next 10 years.
Just help me here, though. Draft picks an issue. What the hell's their issue? I'm
not sure. Let's assume draft picks are. I know that's never the case in the NBA, but let's just assume constant. Like you get a first and a second.
Let's go 8.
Assume that. Okay, I was thinking around the same thing.
Yeah.
Saying 8 as well.
And I know everybody gets hot in their pants ever since really Gilbert, maybe John Wall. It's really not been anything going on there. Yeah. When Bradley Beal left,
how popular that dance was in 2012?
It was.
You had this, and then you also had this.
And the shoes.
Yeah, and the shoes. And the shoes. I was saying Gangnam Style.
Yeah, Gangnam Style too, yeah.
Yeah. Riding the horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They let Beal leave, and I kind of was like, oh, okay, rebuild.
I was going to say, I don't exactly know who they have on their roster at this point either. I just saw the record, and I know that they've been horrible forever.
Is Kuzma still there?
He might be. Let me look. Let me see. Bagley. They got Sadiq Bey. For Christ's sake. Justin Champagne. Rashawn Holmes. Kuzma's still there. Jordan Poole's still there.
Oh. Okay.
Jonas Valanciunas, as Charles Barkley would say. It's actually Jonas Valanciunas.
Oh.
Trying to see if anyone else that I know on here. Malcolm Brogdon's on this team. 32-year-old Malcolm Brogdon.
Just seems like a bunch of role players, except.
That's what I mean. There's no standouts,
I mean, Kuzma had that one year. He was not really a superstar. I mean, he could do it.
Yeah.
But since they're all role players.
Yeah.
Bagley, for fuck's sake. Oh.
Yeah. Not great. I mean, Valanciunas has been a decent starter at center for a time, but
Raptors, and he was
otherwise,
and the Grizzlies for a minute there too. I think
Grizzlies, I believe. Yeah,
seems like a globetrotter. Fucking been all over.
Yeah, Pelicans as well.
Yeah.
He was on the Pelicans right before. Went to Washington, and he's only at Washington this year. I don't know how he got there exactly, whether he was a free agent or a trade or whatever.
Guys are just showing up, Trevor.
Yeah.
You got spot? Come on over.
Sure. Why the fuck not, huh? Yeah, shit not looking good in Washington for basketball right now. Moving on from them to another team that's kind of had a disappointing season in the opposite conference. Talking about the Phoenix Suns. And a bit of news coming out right before the show here. Shams Charania, is that the insider now? Is that how I say his name?
Yep.
Shams Charania?
You're close, yeah.
Leaked the news that the Suns are going to deal their 2031 first-round pick to the Utah Jazz in exchange for the least favorable first-round picks in 2025 of Cleveland, Minnesota, which the Jazz own, 2027 of Cleveland, Minnesota, and Utah, which the Jazz own, and the 2029 of Cleveland, Minnesota, and Utah. So 2025, 2027, and 2029, the worst of those for the 2031 first rounder. Seems like they're getting desperate for draft picks right now.
Yeah.
Mortgaging the long-term future for the immediate future.
Yeah.
And as it stands, they're 21-21 overall, 10th in the West. In the West. And I haven't exactly kept tabs on how stat-wise these guys are doing. So let me kind of give that a look. KD leading them in points and rebounds, 27 and 6. Booker averaging 25, but other than that, decent drop-off after that. Bradley Beal averaging 17, Nick Richards 12, Tyus Jones 11. Overall, only averaging 112 points as a team, which I know isn't too terribly high in the league. Let me kind of see where they stack up against everybody else. 112. Yeah, pretty middle of the pack.
It's interesting. You got a KD and
actually have a negative differential of the top scores in the NBA and top half of scores in the NBA. Other than the Bulls and Hawks, the Suns are the only one with a negative per game point differential.
Damn.
Yeah, giving up 114 a game.
That's
which, pretty middle of the pack, looks like about the lower third of the league. So having some defensive issues, I guess. Whether that's effort, whether that's talent, I don't know. I don't really watch Suns games, but it kind of popped up on my radar as really they're only 21-21 with the roster they have.
That's what I'm saying. I don't.
Yeah, because you got Beal, you got Durant, you got Booker. You think with that at least that big three, you'd be doing pretty well, but no, only a 500 record and 10th in the West as we speak.
Damn.
But anyway, yeah. So on a scale of 1 to 10, they fuck the Phoenix Suns' long-term viability as a contender, and I'm talking like West contender.
7.
Yeah, I was thinking like a 6.5 or a 7 as well.
Yeah.
We're more closely aligned on this segment than we were in previous.
Yeah. No, there's just that seems like a fucking mess. Yeah.
Yeah, some to keep tabs on, other than, of course, our Sixers and Lakers, and, of course, the Warriors, who just lost again last night, I believe.
Disaster.
They're kind of bottoming out right now. I think they might even be out of the plan. Yeah, they're tied with the Suns, but it looks like the Suns have a tiebreaker over them, which puts them 10th, and the Warriors 5-5 in their last 10. Lost their most recent game. So
mess.
Yeah, a couple messes from two not too long ago, big time West contenders. But now you got teams like the Rockets, obviously the Thunder, 7 games for a lead in the first spot. Memphis is 3rd. Denver's at 4th. They're kind of underachieving right now. I think they'll be fine as time goes on. And for reference, the 24-18 Clippers and the 22-18 Lakers are 5-6. So West is pretty top heavy this year.
Yeah.
And by top heavy, I mean it's the Thunder and then pretty much everyone else.
Thunder, yeah.
Thunder.
Yeah. Fucking Lakers. Yep.
Yeah.
We knew it.
I mean, at least you can count on LeBron to attend an Ohio State game and do the.
Yeah, and I love how I want to know how he got the helmet stickers on his hat.
I don't know.
No one wants to talk about that. We'll just leave that there.
Yeah.
How'd you get those stickers, LeBron?
I don't want to talk about that. No comment. No comment.
Yeah. We're good. We're good. Yeah.
We're good. All right. So transitioning over to college basketball, I'm going to start paying attention to this now as we get closer to February, March, your conference championship tournaments, as well as, of course, March Madness. I'm going to be filling out like 17 brackets per the usual. One team I really wanted to focus on was the Tennessee Volunteers, perennially very good in the regular season, but when it comes to March Madness, they kind of bottom out. Usually lose within the first. Oh yeah, they absolutely shit their pants. They did what Michigan State did against Middle Tennessee State several years back. They just kind of shit the bed and lose within the first couple of games, usually. And last night, I think it was last night. Was this last night? They lost to, or no, it might have been 3 nights ago. Oh, 3 nights ago. Excuse me. Upset by Vanderbilt on their home court as well. And just for reference as well, Vanderbilt did not score within the last 4 minutes of this game. They still won 76-75, upset Tennessee. And to give you some context as to where Tennessee stands in the SEC right now, I know there is, what are there, 9 ranked SEC basketball teams right now. And I know Auburn was the most recent number 1. So let me give you a little bit more context here. Yes, Auburn undefeated in the SEC, 17-1 overall. Alabama 16-3 overall, 5-1 in the SEC. Tennessee's 4-2 in the SEC, 17-2 overall. So their lone 2 losses have come against SEC opponents. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 teams from the SEC are ranked, those being Auburn, Alabama, Ole Miss, Missouri, Tennessee, Kentucky, Florida, Texas A&M, and Mississippi State. In no particular order, that was.
Right.
And for reference, Vanderbilt, unranked, beat Tennessee.
Jesus.
Yeah. So on a scale of 1 to 10, they fucked the Tennessee Volunteers' chances of making it to, let's say, the Final Four in March Madness.
6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay. You think there are only 6 fucked? Do you think they still have an opportunity to potentially cut through the SEC, pull off of Virginia, just make it through one time?
Make it through one time. I really like them in basketball.
I do too. I like their style of play. It just doesn't seem to translate come March.
Yeah,
for whatever reason. They always peter out. I always pick them to go to like the Elite 8 or even the Final 4, and then they peter out.
And I don't know if it's the month change. They just
is there any video game that comes out in March that a bunch of the guys play, a la Kyler Murray and Double XP Weekend with COD? Is there any annual game that comes out then? Or
no, I don't think.
That I recall.
Gamers out there, throw it in there if there's a game that comes out late February or early March. I don't. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean,
fair enough.
They're in your face, and then they make it to the tournament, and it's like lackluster fucking defense.
Oh yeah, not only that, they turn the ball over and just make critical time management errors, and it's not good.
On hit free throws,
not good.
Yeah,
but Interesting thing here too. Every team in the SEC has a winning record overall, not in conference play, but overall.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Arkansas and South Carolina, unfortunately, winless in SEC play, 0-5.
Damn.
But otherwise, SEC basketball schools now. A lot of them, especially Auburn.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm at a 7. I'm at a 7 on that. I think there's still a slight chance that they can pull off what Virginia pulled off. I think it was in 2019, and just get through one time and figure it out, and then not do it again for the next like 20 years. But if you just get through one time and do it, the next 20 years are kind of worth it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, going back to football, and then I want to touch Doug. If you're still here, I will touch on Ichiro here in a minute. On a scale of 1 to 10, are they fucked for hiring former Bengals DC Lou Anarumo, who led one of the worst defenses that I have ever seen in my life, getting hired by the Colts? The Colts. On a scale of 1 to 10, are they fucked?
I'm going to go strong 10.
Same here.
The defense struggled, and then you bring in a coach that struggled.
Yeah, it's seemingly piling on top of each other, the organizational decisions that this franchise is making. And, some of the stuff that's kind of going on inside the building, potentially. I know Anarumo wasn't... I watched him on Hard Knocks. He did not motivate me at all.
No.
I don't know. He just seemed like a very passe type of a coach. And that's the last thing the Colts need, is another passe type of a coach.
Fuck.
But,
well, and if people were watching it, or if you didn't, you got to. I mean, it's just kind of like soft talk, Trevor. Like, all right, guys, hey, let's get in here. Let's fucking go over the. Yeah, it's like a little sense of urgency here, sir.
You're fighting for your lives.
You're the reason for your
playoff lives.
You have an all fucking pro quarterback balling out, and you can't do shit on the other side of the ball.
Potential triple crown. Well, actually, I think he did win the triple crown. Jamar Chase did.
Yes. Yeah.
So. Yeah.
God, that pisses me off.
Nah, same. And I'd like to see. I don't know if Pat McAfee's reacted to that yet. Not sure exactly when that news broke today. If he's had a chance to react to it publicly, but I'd go to his Twitter, see what his reaction was, or if he did a segment on his show about it. Definitely go watch that. See what he thinks of another very interesting decision by the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, Irsay needs to go.
Yeah. He's not going to until he.
Right. And then we got another guy down Dallas, same situation.
But same situation, yeah. He might be a little bit closer, but they are pushing Irsay around in a wheelchair. So you didn't know that? You didn't know that?
It's bad.
It's bad.
I forgot about that. I knew.
You knew. You just kind of didn't think about it.
And they're just there.
Yeah.
It's like, is it really that bad in Pittsburgh? And you see that and fucking hirings and terrible draft picks and whatever.
It's getting smoked when it matters most.
Haven't had any
losing games when it matters most.
Fucking Andrew Luck. He wanted to get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
There's health things,
issues. But, yeah, health issues that were a little bit more concerning. But kept that organization afloat for a while.
He did. Genius.
Limited amount of time there. So, yeah. But yeah, speaking of Triple Crown winners, Cooper Kupp recently said his Rams' future might be in jeopardy. Obviously, there was the trade talks earlier in the season. I believe he is under contract for the next couple of years. Let me verify that information as you're discussing your opinion on this. But on a scale of 1 to 10, is it fucked? Cooper Kupp's future with the Rams.
I would say.
Let me get those contract details up for you before you officially give an answer. Let's see. Under contract for 25-26. And he's a UFA after that.
I don't know if he's ever been. I haven't really dove in and looked into him, Trevor, but it's starting to get a sense here that he's not a team guy.
It's an interesting thing to say.
Now, interesting. Now, wait. Puka comes in, shining star. Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't supposed to really do what he did last year. Comes in.
Yeah, he's like a 5th round pick. Yeah.
Yeah. This year comes in. Maybe, I don't think really a sophomore slump, Trevor. I don't think we can classify it.
Injuries. On a per game basis, he was pretty close to what he was in his rookie season.
I don't think he wants to share the spotlight. So to say, what I mean by teammate. Not giving a shit about the team. I'm just saying I don't think he wants to share. I think he wants role guys around him and he be the key focus in the offense.
Interesting.
I know that might be.
Do you think that maybe played into the trade decision?
Yes.
Or was it just a matter of value? I think it was more of a matter of value than anything. I don't know how disgruntled he was with the organization. I remember, just the rumors kind of being floated out there. I don't remember a whole lot about organizational infighting.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to say, and the injuries.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? Wouldn't be this. I mean, I don't know. I got to look into it more, but I just feel like there's a sense of, he's getting injured. I don't think. Did he play all this season? No, he was hurt. When was the last time he played a full fucking season?
That'd be a good question. Maybe his Triple Crown year. Maybe his Triple Crown year.
And I mean, I got to look into it more, but I just feel like he doesn't want to share the touches. That's all.
Fair enough.
You're not gonna find that anywhere. It's just a hot mic comment.
Yeah, last time he played a full season was his Triple Crown year. 2021 played all 17 regular season games. Since then, played in order from 22 to 24, 9, 12, and 12. Regular season. Yeah.
I don't think.
If you're the Rams, do you consider moving on?
I mean, you got Puka.
You do got Puka, but is that enough? What do you have around him? DeMarcus Robinson?
Yeah. Well,
what was your question? How many yards is Puka going to have?
A couple. How many did he have this season?
710, 10.6 yards per reception. Actually caught 6 touchdowns as well. So, in 12 games, that's what he had.
12 games, right.
12 games. 59 yards per game, which was his lowest since his rookie season.
And he's getting paid how much, Trevor?
You gotta backtrack to that.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm throwing a lot at you.
No, you're fine. Totally fine. Getting paid, got a $29.78 million cap hit in 2025.
Ooh.
Average salary of 26.7.
Yeah.
That's before bonus and incentives and all that stuff.
I feel like we're going to be seeing them different ways.
If you're the Steelers, do you go get him? Trade Pickens?
Oh. Cup's 30, what, 3?
32. 2025 will be his age 32 season.
We got to stop getting this age shit. We got to stop getting these damaged. Not damaged. I don't want to.
Well, what do you want? Damaged goods, or do you want a guy that has attitude issues?
Yeah.
Do you want a guy that is a proven guy in the league and is slightly injury prone, or do you want a guy that takes plays off and has attitude issues on and off the field? Which one do you want?
You're right. I'm going to go with Cup. And that.
I'm with you.
Draft. If they do that, Trevor, we got to go then. Potential. I don't know where we're at on the draft board, but White's with what we need. But you got to get a fucking pretty damn good wide receiver then.
Probably like around 20th or something.
I mean, I'm thinking maybe we see the Steelers draft a wide receiver first round here.
Could. I'd like. I wonder where that Ibuka is going to fall for Ohio State. I wouldn't mind getting him.
We talked about that. Yes.
Yeah, Pittsburgh is 21st.
That fucks us every year too. We're always in the
I know.
low 20s.
I know. Low 20s, high teens.
I mean, there's so many factors here, man. And I'm just sad. I'm sick of it. I'm sad.
Ooh, looking on NFL.com here. Let me see who's writing this article. Chad Reuter, a draft analyst for NFL.com, predicts that the Steelers will draft a quarterback within the first 2 rounds. I don't know if this is the year to do that. It might just be patchwork again.
No. God, please. Please. No. Go.
I might just be patchwork again at the
please
quarterback.
Just get a specialty fucking position, please.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think we need that. But
Will Howard's in the 3rd, 4th round? Okay. Not the first 2. No.
No. He did raise his stock by winning a natty, but
that's what I'm saying. I just like his metrics, or not metrics, his build. I want a big fucking dude.
Same. I agree.
The 6 foot, 5'11". Listen, Doug Flutie was whatever you guys. I want Peyton Manning size. I want Ben, Josh Allen. That's who I want leading the helm. I don't want fucking Kyler Murray's height. No.
I got you. Anyway, to give an answer on Cooper Kupp, his future with the Rams, I was going to say a 5.
That's on me.
5. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. You're good. You're good. That's why I bring this shit up. I think this one will be a bit shorter of a conversation, more definitive answers. And Doug, this is for you. On a scale of 1 to 10, are they fucked? The one guy that left Ichiro off of his ballot.
I'd say a 10.
Yeah, same here.
Why?
Same here. I don't know. Maybe he's a Yankee fan. Wanted to keep Mariano the only unanimous guy. Which, good for Mariano. That's fine. But that Baseball Writers Association guy, he's not going to have to ever answer for that. Which is what I hate about this process. Like, you don't have to give a justification for leaving someone off your ballot. You just left them off. But yeah, I'm thinking, I think he's a Yankee fan.
And I remember last year we had a very deep feeling conversation on this topic.
Yes. Yes. The baseball writers, that process, yep. Mm-hmm.
Bullshit.
Over periods of time, too.
I just think it's wrong.
Right. Yeah.
Players trying to get out of a stadium or ballpark, what have you, out of practice. He shies away. Reported that guy could hold on to that for 10 goddamn years. He comes up for the Hall of Fame, Trevor, and votes against him.
Yeah. Well, you don't really vote against people. You just don't vote for.
You just don't vote for him. I don't like the process. I don't know.
I agree. Doug, let us know what you think, either right now or is he going to be on later? Is he working?
No, he'll be.
Okay. All right. I assume we'll get a nice in-depth conversation with one Doug Farrell, big MLB guy, that guy. Figured that one would be a bit quicker of a conversation. That's all I got for this week's edition of On a Scale of 1 to 10. Are they fucked? Take us home with debate time there, Billy.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Move that thing around. Anyways, another segment of debate time here. Close out this beautiful episode. Trevor has some as well. I think be a man question of the.
Yeah. I got a new style of question that I told you about pre-show. I'll leave it as a surprise for our viewers.
Yes. But first question: some of the referee crews might be losing members from this year's crews that we've seen.
I would hope so.
Okay.
You need to, you need to reshuffle those. You need to have some sort of accountability for bad performances. And you're talking NFL crews, I assume. Yeah. please. Absolutely.
And we got to get back to, and I don't know when the hell the tide shifted here, Trevor, but we need some clear answers and clear calls. You see one game that says this isn't called, and then this game it is. I mean, come on. So
I get it. That's where subjectivity comes into play. And unfortunately, there's still a lot of subjectivity in refereeing.
Yeah.
And a lot of, dare I say, there's some favoritism there too. With, well, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's got to be cut down as much as we can. Got to chip away at that year by year, which it's tough. I mean, even as the NFL chips away at that year over year, and the MLB umpires in the MLB and in the NBA, even as they try to chip away at subjectivity in officiating, refereeing, whatever the term you want to throw out there for the specific sport, people get more and more particular about it. So it's kind of a catch-22. You know, the more particular you get, the more particular your viewers get as well. So, you know, I agree that there needs to be some sort of like accountability system.
Yeah. And every time I see him, ever since that damn game, the Lions against Cowboys. What the hell's this crew's name? I forget the ref's name. Brad something.
Are you talking the one with the ineligible receiver?
Yes.
Skipper? Oh, damn it!
I forget
Who was officiating that game? I don't remember.
Yeah, but there's been instances this year. The guy's doing the same. Like, okay, what the fuck are we doing here? Come on, can we talk to him? Get this. And then the meeting's on the field, Trevor. Come on, we got to clean that up. Right? If we don't know why the hell we threw the flag, let's come up with something. Yeah. Because I think that's what they do.
Again, it's a catch-22 because either you get it right and take your time, or you get on with the efficiency of the game and potentially make a poor call.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Could go either way.
Yeah.
Lips are dry, my friend. God bless lip balm.
Yeah, no. The weather out there, make sure you're staying warm out there. Jesus. But
oh yeah.
Don't mean to come after this man. A lot of attacking on the internet. I don't mean to join in that cult. But did Mark Andrews tarnish Lamar's legacy by missing that catch?
Say that again.
Did Mark Andrews tarnish Lamar Jackson's legacy by missing that 2-point conversion catch?
No.
Okay. I just need to make that clear to everybody.
Not even close. Lamar Jackson's legacy is still very much being written.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, he only completed, his 7th season in the NFL, and now he's starting to evolve into that pocket passer that, we thought he might have to become, or at least have more of an element of that in his game. I believe this year he threw for the most passing yards that he's ever thrown for. I think he finally threw for 4,000 yards, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look at his stats real quick, but no, Lamar's going to have other opportunities. And as far as Mark Andrews tarnishing his own legacy, he's still the Ravens' all-time leading receiver and all-time touchdown leader.
Right.
No. Right. He missed a play. He missed a play. I mean, Christ, Jerry Rice has dropped passes. I mean, I'm not comparing any of these guys, but these guys are human. They make mistakes. They're not perfect. I mean, Andrews, you got to come up with that. You do have to come up with that reception, but the fact that people are saying the legacy is being tarnished, no way. Threw for 4,172 yards. Lamar did. First time that he's thrown for 4,000.
Phone was blowing up, Trevor. Instagram, Facebook. People wanted me to make a video. And I'm saying it publicly. I'm not making a video because first off, I want to see you, the people out there, catch that goddamn Hard Rock ball. Okay, that's not a normal football out there. I mean, it was 6 degrees in Buffalo.
Yeah. Things hard as a rock.
I'm not gonna. It's a perfect opportunity for me to come after Roberts. There's so much situational going on.
To me, that's kind of going after low-hanging fruit too.
Yeah.
Like kicking a man while he's down, whatever phrase you want to use for it. It's cheap. It's cheap.
And he's one of the best tight ends in the NFL. I don't give a shit. He might have missed that catch, but he is. Hands down.
I agree. Torch the Steelers this year.
His production went down because of likely, they're sharing it, but still.
Yeah, Andrews kind of came on toward the end of the year, got a little bit more of a share of the targets, but and I know he kicked the Steelers' ass. So
yes, he did.
I can't really say much because Baltimore fans will just come back and say, "Oh, well, we kicked your ass."
Right.
So I'm just going to shut my mouth and enjoy the football that's in front of me.
Yeah. But one play does not define a guy. But a short man hole again.
That was in a Super Bowl.
Yeah, right.
little different. This
we could go a little further with that, but
yeah. We'll be here for another 2 hours, so let's move it along, please.
Yeah. What game are you most excited to watch this week?
In any sport or
in NFL?
Oh, definitely the Bills game.
Okay.
Definitely the Bills game.
I have to agree.
Yeah.
I want to see Jaden. I want to see how he does under that.
Same. But I'm more. I keep track more so of the AFC than I do the NFC, and that's going to be true with the defending champs trying to defend their throne against the Bills yet again at Arrowhead.
Yeah.
So, and I think if the Bills play their cards right, I think this is the team that could go and beat them.
I do. I agree.
They have a healthy defense now. They have a healthy defense now. They got a good run game, playing good situational football. As long as they keep that up, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah. And us and the rest of the sports media did not think that at the beginning, Trevor. So we're kind of we're kind of good. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it. So that's just
we had the Jets winning the division.
Yeah. But who would have thought? You know what I mean? We're just going off. We didn't.
No, I know. Well, a lot of experts said Buffalo's going to have a down year. And all of a sudden, you don't have that number one mouth to feed. You can just kind of spread the ball all over the place.
Yeah.
What happens?
Yeah. And the packages they're doing with Josh is just Joe Brady doesn't get a job. If he doesn't get a head coaching job, Trevor, very fucking shocked.
Maybe not this year, maybe next year.
Okay.
Next cycle.
I mean,
with the talent that's out there right now, I think it would be wise to just do another year OC, see how that plays out for you, and then maybe enter the head coaching market. Because you had a lot of high-profile guys available this year.
And then last question I have for debate: how many times do you think they're going to show Taylor Swift this week?
I'd say 20. Okay. 20-ish, roughly. Yeah. How about this? Higher total, the amount of times they show Taylor Swift, or I don't know, Kansas City's points.
Oh, that could be. I would be interested in see if any betting sites pick that up. I'd be interested in the line there, see what's going on.
It might be Taylor Swift's cameos.
Yeah. No.
I wonder who's going to be in the luxury box with her then. Is it just going to be Britney, or is it going to be, I don't know, is Dua Lipa going to fucking show up? Who is she friends with in the music game? I know she makes a lot of enemies, but and Swifties, if you're watching this, please inform me. I don't.
And I have to say this too, and I'm not describing Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
But Haley Steinfeld, she chose for them not to show her. I don't know if you're aware of that you can choose to not be. They can agree on.
Yeah, you probably have to sign off on something to be featured, right? Like a name, image, and likeness waiver, something. You have to have something legal. Yeah.
And I'm not trying to compare because Swift's up here, but she doesn't want the spotlight on her. She wants them to focus on Josh. You know what I mean? That kind of just speaks volumes, Trevor. I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. But no, I could just see the head guy. All right, you need to get more shots of fucking Taylor. You're not doing enough. Pan it to the left. Get on her.
Camera 10. Camera 10. Get to Taylor.
She fucking sleeping down there. Get it on her.
Ron, get it on Taylor.
We need the viewership, damn it. Anyways, what questions, Trevor?
Yeah, you're good? You're done?
I'm good there. Yeah.
All right. I'll ask the Buckle Up with the Boys, Be a Man question of the week before I get to a new style here. I'll leave that for the finale of the show.
Okay.
But Buckle Up with the Boys, Be a Man question of the week. Is it more manly to be efficient with your snow pickup, use a snow blower, or get your ass out there in gloves and a hat and shovel the whole thing?
I gotta say shovel.
I think you use a snowblower. I mean, you're using a piece of machinery, you know?
Yeah.
Optically looks good.
Yeah.
Get done quicker.
Gotta do maintenance on it too.
Right, but, you know.
Well, that's more man, I guess, a shovel. You just.
Well, I guess, but like.
No, I get it. Yeah, it's a good one.
In light of the recent weather spell that we've had, snow's been part of it.
Yes. No.
I know my dad would opt to use the snowblower.
I would.
But I mean, depends on your situation too. If you got a big driveway, then
yeah, I think it's essential.
Yeah, you have a gravel driveway, right?
Yeah. It's a son of a bitch to shovel.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest.
But you kind of have to, otherwise you're tossing rocks all over the place, and that's not good either.
Yeah, I haven't been out there. Not gonna lie to you. Just
working from home.
No, I mean I haven't shoveled. I mean, just hey,
let it be.
If you gotta go,
let nature take course.
Yep. Not going out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I did it one time, and you heard the outcome. I mean, I couldn't even squat down and take a shit. Fucking, and I'm on the phone with Doug. He said, "Hey, you need to take breaks. This is how you can slowly, you could die. Really, if you can snow shoveling, you can strain yourself.
Or stress, heart attack.
Yeah,
cardiac event.
I mean."
So
lower back.
Ooh, yeah. I already have a messed up back. So
yeah, not left with the legs.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I live in a complex. I don't have to do the shoveling or the maintenance. But
just try to sit down and take a shit. Yeah.
Godspeed.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yep.
On to new style of question for you, Billy, and I might, if the viewers like it, if you like it, if we like it, maybe I'll start incorporating this in debate time every week. We're going to go classic or new era. Classic or new era.
Oh, yeah.
With rap music. And when I say classic, I'm talking like Slim Shady, Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Jay-Z, early Kanye. I'll say early Kanye. And then new era, I'm talking Mac Miller, Juice WRLD, Kendrick Lamar, new school Drake, those types. And I guess you can kind of take it as, what would you rather listen to? What gets you more pumped up? You can kind of take it and form your answer however you want to.
I love Mac. But I'll go older.
Rest. You go old school?
Yeah. You throw on fucking Big Papi, Notorious.
Oh, Tupac.
Tupac. You got
NWA.
Eminem.
Jesus Christ.
NWA, Eminem. Early Eminem. I mean, Trevor, I've never seen a guy that songs he made. It's 26 years ago. They're still playing in football games till I collapse. I mean, that whole curtain call Eminem
Great
Show.
album.
I mean, fuck.
Great album.
And then you got Juicy. I mean, come on. Yeah, I'm going old era. You have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, classic's a little less spotty for me than new era is. I have to like kind of search and sift through a bunch of artists that I don't necessarily love.
Yeah.
In the new era versus the classic era, where I can just kind of pop it on and listen to pretty much whatever comes up.
And I think too, why like back then they talked about life. I mean, like struggles.
A little bit less about drugs and hoes, and although they did talk about that stuff plenty, I mean, just as
Yeah.
thought, but
Right.
you know,
Right.
a little bit more existential back then, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think there's more like it hits you shit back then.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
Fair
Wait,
enough.
What did he say there?
And more shit that you can probably put on your workout playlist as well.
Oh,
Kanye's
yeah.
Stronger, for example, like you said, to like collapse. Eminem, well, a lot of Eminem songs I have on my workout playlist.
50 Cent too, man. I mean, there's a lot of,
50. Oh, yeah.
in the club. I mean, listen, you play
Yeah,
in the club.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say that I was at a birthday party this past weekend. In the club came on, and I'm like, where's my champagne?
It doesn't matter where you come from or what age you are. You're gonna see someone tapping their foot or a little like going with the beat.
Yeah.
Like
doesn't matter ethnic background,
No.
whether you grew up in the city and in the city, in the country, doesn't matter. Everyone knows in the club.
Yeah.
Whether it's from a middle school dance or whether it's from like you're a diehard, 50 Cent fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait for Kendrick's halftime show though. That's gonna be fun.
It'll be a good time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I hope he does a Drake diss track in there somewhere. Just somewhere.
And I gotta say too, new era. I just like his lyrics, J. Cole.
Oh, yeah.
Really, and
very good.
He had some early teens in the 2010, 2007, 2000.
2014 really, Forest Hills Drive. I think that's what that album was called. Yeah.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And even before he went big on that, he had some good ones like Blow Up. God damn, that's good shit. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a good question, Trevor. Good shit.
It's good. Mm-hmm. What would you consider Logic? You like Logic? Is he more older? He's kind of a bridge guy between those two eras, isn't he? Yeah.
I feel. Yeah, everybody knows I don't know the number, but Suicide Hotline song, which was powerful, damn good song.
Big time. Yeah.
But before that, he was kind of more, I think, underground, and that really just.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and I'll say this as kind of some sort of evidence to the classic era too. The only like classic versus new era like disses that have been put out there, to my knowledge and my knowledge of the rap game, not nearly as expansive as even yours or several other folks. But then I'm just by that using the word "folks" in the rap game, like that just shows you how much I know, little white boy like me. Only like classic versus new era, like back and forth that we had Eminem and MGK, and what happened there.
Well, there's going to be another one coming.
Like, really?
With Eminem. Oh yeah.
Who's he gonna diss now?
I think it's
Did he take care?
Little Pump or somebody came out.
I don't even know who that is.
Made it political. Said the Lions lost. Someone else.
Oh.
I'm like, can I just gotta make it clear.
Why do you keep doing this?
There's like three, actually, I'll say two guys, and I think Michael could still fuck somebody up on the court. Michael Jordan,
potentially.
Mike Tyson, if he's not getting paid off in a fight, would not. There's three.
He had that knee injury too.
Yeah.
But yes.
Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson, and Eminem. Just, I don't care how old they are. I would not talk shit to. And
I don't know why people keep talking shit to Eminem. I don't know why. You're just.
He made
especially after Kill Shot. Like, come on.
He made MGK go to Punk.
Yes.
That's how.
Yes, he did. And thankfully, Punk was an unsaturated market at the time. So, of course, yes, he's going to do well in it.
But he completely destroyed a guy on a track.
Yes.
And switch his whole direction and navigation through his career to another genre.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, he had a lot of success in that genre. Pivoted very well. But
he did. Eminem's king. I'm sorry. No matter what you think about his political background, whatever.
Kind of is.
It's very interesting, though, because he's kind of, if you really look at his new album, Trevor, with what he's in support of, it's like, I'm not getting what you're doing there, but that's all right. It's all right. Just listen to his new album and you tell me what you think. That's all I have to say to the folks out there.
I might have to go get this out of my system since you said Notorious B.I.G. Hypnotize has been stuck in my head.
Oh.
Biggie. Yeah, I'll have to go listen to that before I get on.
Anything else, though, Trevor?
That's it. That's all I got. I hope everyone has a good week. Enjoys conference championship weekend. Football is closely coming into an end, folks. It's sad. It's disappointing. But the sooner that gets over, the sooner we get into off-season stuff, which tends to be where the juicy speculative stuff happens.
Yes.
And we'll start paying a little bit more attention to basketball. Maybe toss some baseball in there if anything comes out with the Pirates or Paul Skeens or anything along those lines. Or maybe you can touch a little bit more on the card market. And of course, professional wrestling has no off season, so we'll be talking about that quite a bit as well.
Yeah.
But God bless everyone. Have a good week.
Yeah. No. Also, like Trevor alluded to, going to be coming off to the off season here in football. Be sure to look out for our episode still. So we're going to power through, do college basketball, baseball, might even, like he said, hop in the card game. We're going to have guests coming on. Be sure to look out on our socials in regards to those guys coming on and gals potentially. And it's going to be an exciting time leading up to the draft. So don't fucking forget about us. We're still going to be here every Tuesday. Just because there's no football, don't come back. But have a good day. Have a good night. Stay safe. Stay safe out there. God bless. And this was another episode of Buckle Up with the Boys. Oh, gas, no breaks. Tell your weird neighbor, your grandma, whoever the hell enjoys sports, send them our way. We'd love to have them a part of the show.